Gemini. I'm deep in the zone tonight, y'all. I don't know what it is. Geminis, you are changing the story of your relationship to yourself. Okay. Your relationship to yourself. So you might believe, I see this in Geminis. I have a son who's a Gemini. I can say for certain he's not watching tonight, so I can speak frankly. Geminis, they kind of think they're only capable of, they have this story of what they're capable of and what they're not capable of. And so they sort of start treating themselves that way and they accept it and they believe that right off the bat. And a lot of times Geminis are caught in this story of what they can and can't do, and they've adopted it from society. Because you absorb so much communication and information from the universe and everything else, you start believing what your mom told you. You start believing what your dad told you. And so your mirage, the way you treat yourself, that basically your mirage is that other voice, the twin. So your twin is telling you a story that's not true, basically is what's saying. So this change of belief is changing what that twin is saying, changing what that twin is preaching to you, changing what that twin believes about you, which is the reflection of you looking on you in essence, right? So you're going to change that story. Now, the full moon, which is in your sign, see, we saved the best for last. The full moon that's in your sign is going to be about changing what you say to yourself and what you do afterwards. So it's about changing how you treat yourself as a result of what you say to yourself. Does that make sense? Changing what you do as a result of what you say. So for instance, if you're a Gemini that says, oh, I'll never amount to anything, and your mind says, I'll never amount to anything, so then you say, I'm not going to try, I'm not going to get off the couch today. That's an example of how what you say to yourself leads to not getting off the couch, or leads to not going for it, or leads to not applying for the job. So you have to end the story that your twin is telling yourself and update it to a new story. And then the actual words you use have to be positive and have to be followed up with an action. So you're going to take action on what you were saying to yourself. Okay. Now, the reconciliation between Mercury and Neptune is that you have to, you're going to have a new vision for where your long-term relationships are going to go, your marriage, your partnerships, your long-term friendships. Geminis get very attached when they're close to people, but those long-term relationships have to coordinate with what your intentions are in the world. You can't let a spouse keep you from being who you're meant to be in the world. You can't let a best friend forever hold you back for trying for some sort of reputation that you're meant to be. So I have a sense that Gemini is going to be called to greater things in the world. The world needs you like we've never needed you before. Saturn is in your house of society. You are ready to be there for the world. But I think that a lot of what's holding you back are your relationships and your commitments to others. It's time to reevaluate long-term relationships so that it leaves space open for your reputation. Now, with Venus in Libra, it does mean you're going to let go of old dreams, let go of old things your heart was wishing for. It's not that you're not going to get what you want. It's going to be different than what you thought is what it is. And so you have to let go of certain heartfelt attachments so that you can move towards your ambition and what you're meant to do. Okay, so you're going to now be free to move on the path you're meant to be on if you let go of things your hearts are overly attached to, or to ideas that just weren't practical. Geminis do like to dream. In their head, they go off dreaming and they get attached to certain ideas. And this could be the universe saying, hey, that's just a mind game. That's not real. Detach from those attachments so that you can be who you're meant to be in the world and live your real purpose in the world. Oh, by the way, Saturn in Pisces for you is that your career is starting. Forgive me. Your place in the world is happening from your career. All right. So basically your long-term relationships have got to free you so you can be what you're meant to be and do what you're meant to do. And that's not just world reputation. That's also career, legacy, business. So, don't let relationships hold you back from your goals is what the universe is saying. But again, coming it back down, make that twin be talking you up, and then act on those positive thoughts and do not be held back from negative thinking.
It's serious joy, joy, joy.